Hey everyone, welcome back to another Gundam Seed episode reaction. I hope you enjoy it. Let's jump right in. I mean, this is true, like, they didn't gain anything from it, huh? Dang. She looks kind of sad. Victoria. Oh, no, this blonde dude. I think that's him in the later episodes. So in Crunchyroll, in case... Well, yeah, because I told Patreon this. But in one of the later episodes on Crunchyroll, there's like this... You know, like they do images for each episode, and one of the like last three, it shows like this blonde dude like scarily screaming something. I thought maybe that was Croissant, but I think it's this guy here. Azrael. Oh, is he Blue Cosmos? Well, yeah. Dang, that's some bold stuff to say. Oh, okay. Well, this guy definitely not going to go well. What does a mass driver actually do? They're talking about like a supply route. Is that for space then, as a supply route? I'm just curious, like, what its actual functionality is. If someone can explain in the comments below. Oh, yep, there's their gun. Oh, dang. So, are they going to use those Gundams on Orb then if they refuse to cooperate? That's crazy. They're going to start, they're so dumb to like be like, oh yes, let's start a war with another nation. Well, yeah. Oh. Oh, dang. That's crazy. They would not agree to this. Oh, wow. Okay, so this is good. It is crazy because, like, geopolitics, right, the way this works is they're giving them an ultimatum, which obviously never works. They have a different goal here. Like, that guy's like, well, we just want them to join us and support us. But we probably think that they probably aren't going to, so we're going to make it so ridiculous that they're going to be forced to attack us, and then we're going to be like, oh, yes, we're going to fight them. Because they're trying to come up with a reason to start a war with them. Right? It happens all the time. Nations do this like crazy. One thing I think is funny is that they're like somewhat using the reason of like, oh, it's Orb's obligation to help us as an independent nation. It's like, no, it's not. Like, you literally put their obligation and independent in the same sentence. An independent nation has no obligation towards any other nation. Like, yes, if you're trading partners, like, you still want to keep relations, right? Like, obviously, like, those things do happen. Because you could damage, you know, relations with another nation if you just don't help them. But at the same time, it's like, well, yeah, but they're neutral. It's a neutral stance that they decide to take. Obviously, they're not truly neutral. I mean, I mean, look at Switzerland, right? Like, we thought, oh no, they were neutral for, you know, always, and it turns out no, they weren't. But it is interesting to like just have this thing of like, oh, they're an independent nation, but they have to they have obligations towards us. It's just not true. Like, every nation has its right to be like, nah, we're not gonna do that. Like, we don't support this. We have no in the game, you know, no no cards in the game, or whatever the fuck. No chips. No chips. I mean, I don't know. Whatever the saying is. Mm-hmm.
いかにこれが筋の通らぬことと声高に叫んでももはや大西洋連邦に逆らえる国もない。ユーラシアはすでに疲弊し、赤道連邦、スカンジナビア王国など最後まで中立を貫いてきた国々もすでに連合上。
Oh, that's crazy. Oh, here we go. These are new characters. Dude, all the hair is so obvious. So these are going to be like new Gundam pilots probably for the Earth Federation forces. Or the Atlantic Federation, I guess. Which is very interesting, like that, you know, it's all these nations that are allied together then doing their own thing. It's a very interesting dynamic that's going on with the Earth forces because they all, yeah, I've already talked about it, but like, yeah, we saw Eurasia kind of fall, right? And it's just, it's very, like, this would be so typical, you know, for like us as humans to do this stuff, but it's also just like, in hindsight, you're like, this is dumb. Like, why aren't they helping each other? They're just kind of all in it for their own interests towards each other. It's like, well, no one would go against the Atlantic Federation. The Atlantic Federation doesn't give a shit about the other nations. They just want their power and then hate, you know, the coordinators. Which I'm wondering if the Atlantic Federation is like very or heavily with Blue Cosmos, maybe. Like I'm getting the feeling that the Blue Cosmos group, like, God, I gotta stop saying like so much. I'm getting the feeling that the Blue Cosmos group, religion, cult, whatever you want to call it, has very big influences on like top leading people. It's almost similar to how anti-Semitism was very big back in the day, and it was all these like people in all these higher positions of power for some reason that were all very anti-Semitic. It was just kind of crazy, and I'm getting the same feeling here. There's obviously some very big inspirations I can tell in this show from the World Wars, because the Earth Federation forces are very much like the United Nations, right? Where there's a lot of self-interest there, and they don't get along very well, even though they're supposed to be all of the nations together working for the goals, right? And then you have the other part of, like, you know, nations that don't join and stuff like that. And so there's some similarities there, which is interesting because, I mean, when the area was made and released, right, they had already done the production before the War on Terror happened, which is what Gundam 00 seems to tend to focus on and draw most of its inspiration from, is Global War on Terror, of more of those like smaller interventions and fightings that happen, while this one's doing like more of the large scale battles and stuff like that. I mean, yeah, he's right. Wait. Why is he talking about avoiding war? Because he was talking about, like, I think it's... He was literally speaking earlier about, like, I think it's time for us to draw our swords. Sorry, I don't know if you guys can see my legs right now. Okay, thank God, because I'm uncomfortable. I'll just say there's some motions here that would probably be misconstrued. Okay, that makes sense. That makes more sense to just evacuate. Okay, I'm confused because, like, is Orb just one big city? It's supposed to be a nation, right? Like, I know some countries are small, but I don't understand. I don't think... Sometimes I'm like, they don't seem to grasp how large a place is. This isn't Japan, which, granted, Japan's still, like, big. Like, you can't just attack all of Japan at once. No, you have to attack a certain location. Then you do, like, I don't get it. Like, they're probably, you know, because they make it seem like Orb is just like one place instead of like a whole country, even though they're considered an independent nation. So it's a little confusing sometimes. Unless maybe the whole Atlantic Federation is just going to attack all of Orb. I don't know. I'm not sure how this is working. I really need a map. This show would be so much easier to understand if there was a map. But I think they don't want me to see a map because they know how dumb they are.
回避不能となれば、明後日0900戦闘は開始されます。オーブを守るべく、これと戦うべきなのか、そうではないのか。我々は皆自身で判断せねばなりません。よってこれを機に艦を離れようと思う者は今より速やかに退艦し、オーブ政府の指示に従って避難してください。
It's so crazy that it's like
私のような頼りない艦長にここまでついてきてくれてありがとう。
Okay, I know I've harped on this a lot, but it's just not how the military works. You can't just be like she can't just be like, "Hey guys, you're done. We're all, you know, run away." It's kind of hard to like be like, "Oh yeah," because I mean, some of them might be like, "No, I didn't want to leave the Earth Federation forces." Although I guess they're like all equally in the same boat of, "Oh no, you know, if we go back, we will be court-martialed." You know, some of it's just crew. They're just like, no, we're just doing our thing, like, you know, trying to survive here. I'm sure there's some with sentiment. I don't know if the show's going to explore it. I doubt it. But it would be kind of cool to be like, yo, yeah, not everyone feels the same way that, oh, we're all just, you know, not part of the military anymore, and then we can go do whatever we want. I know it's supposed to be a big shock, but one, it's still like they are still technically part of the military. You can't just... They're all AWOL now. I mean, if they decide to actually leave. But they still, again, right, could make contact and be like, hey, what's going on? I don't know. It'd be really hard for the individual. And she could ask them to leave, but... She's definitely a very weak leader because... Let's compare her to Erwin, right? Erwin Smith from Attack on Titan would never be saying this shit. He'd be like, look, man, give your freaking hearts to me. You might die, but we're going to go down together and F those guys, you know? Because, like, I mean, that's the thing, is even if she tells people to do this, they're not going to leave. Maybe there'll be a couple, I don't know. But she needs the crew in order to operate the thing, because she's probably made a decision. But it would have been a stronger thing for her to be like, look, this is what I'm doing. Still probably give the option for people to be like, look, you can leave now, but, you know, this is going to affect you for the rest of your life, and you blah, 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 a bunch of motivational stuff, right? I don't know if she's ever really done, she's never shown good leadership or strong leadership skills, because it's hard to, I don't know, like, we haven't seen a whole lot from her, other than these moments where she doesn't seem very confident in things, and unfortunately, that is a very weak mentality. You need a leader to be confident. Even if they're making a wrong decision, it's still sometimes better to just make a decision instead of, like, not doing anything. Cuzzy, I knew it. You were a weak-ass bitch. God, weak body. Get out of here. Never liked you anyways. Thank you. Goodbye. Hope he doesn't come back. Thank God, dude. Cuzzy was such a pain. And he didn't contribute anything except problems. No, she ain't. No, she's fallen in love with Darka. Okay, so I have to input here, right? I am partly just joking. He is cowardly for this. But is that wrong? No. It's his decision to make. If he doesn't want to fight... And look, the military is definitely not for everybody. And fighting is definitely not for everybody. If you're given the choice not to... First off, he was kind of roped into this to begin with, so he never even wanted to join. So, yeah, no, it's definitely... I think it's his right to not join. But at the same time, like, you weak, get out, goodbye. I'm just joking a little bit, sort of. Not really, but... No. Yeah, don't change your mind. Please, get out of here.
オーブに地球軍が攻めてくるから。だからあんたもういいって釈放。ちょっと待てよ。おい。どういうことだよ。それは。
Why? This is not proper procedure at all. Look, release the prisoner if you want to, I guess. But he wants to kill you guys. Like, he still had the motivation. There's nothing to say that he doesn't have that. Why would you let him go? Look, POWs, once you're a POW, I don't think people get this. You don't leave. POWs stay until, like, the end of a war. And that's crazy to think about. You know how long a POW stays in a POW camp? Forever. Unless they do escape somehow or they get, you know, some kind of release back to their nation. I know they're in a unique situation, but it's also like, okay, first off, even if they're allowed to do this, if they want to do this, this is definitely not the way to do it. You don't just be like, oh, here you go, just release him on the ship to do kind of whatever he wants. It's like, no, you should escort him, get him the hell away, and just transfer him over to another authority. You can't just... There's a lot of legal stuff, and I know this world has legal things. You can't just abandon a person after you've had them in your captivity. If they're a POW, you can't just get rid of POWs. You can't just be like, oh, here you go, free to go. That would be like let's take children or homeless people. You know, if like a foster home was like, child, hello, we don't want you anymore because of X circumstance. Here you go, release you out in the wild. You can't just do that. Same thing with say someone was responsible for a homeless person, like a shelter or something like that, and there was sometime legally like bound to them or something like that. It's the same thing here. You don't just take POWs and then be like, yo, goodbye. That's like, one, right? You have an obligation to help them and take care of them. They have basic rights and needs on the Geneva Convention, which... Who knows if that Geneva Convention exists in this world? I'm sure it does in some kind of level, or there's a parody of it. But I mean, come on, you can't just do this. Even if you could do it, it's also dumb to just do this. Why would you tell him where it's at? Oh my god, this is so dumb. If he gets that buster back, that's so dumb. It's not yours. It doesn't matter if it's yours to begin with. You're not just going to give an enemy pilot his thing back. That'd be... What? That'd be the equivalent of giving him a gun right now. He would just shoot people, probably. He might not, but... I don't know. It's just so weird to see Durka in this situation. I get it, like, if it's Millie, because, like, maybe he likes her somewhat. I don't know. It would be interesting to see if Durka does, like, fight for them. I don't think he'll join them. That would be kind of cool to see, too. But I think maybe he's going to try to fight and protect Millie. I don't know if that's actually going to happen or if that's just my desire to see that happen. Because I don't know. I like their dynamic.
少佐はなんで戻ってらしたんですか？ジョシュアで。
今さら聞かれるとは思わなかったぜ。
Oh no! Oh my god! What? This is so out of left field. Why did you come back? He's like, just to protect you, baby. I don't know how I feel about this, because part of me is... It's not that I don't hate it. It's just also... It doesn't feel natural at all. It just kind of came out of nowhere. I know there was hints at it. I could see what they were doing, but it just... it wasn't done super well. I don't know. I don't know. Is that how you guys feel? Let me know. I felt like there was just more chemistry already between Millie and Durka than these two, but maybe I'm being blinded. I don't know. Oh, what the hell. Yo, come here, baby. Oh, she gave in.
私はモビルアーマー乗りは嫌いです。
俺今モビルスーツのパイロット。
Damn. Oh, whoa, she giving... Oh, damn, they're gonna watch, they're gonna come in! Ah! God, sorry, I'm like a schoolgirl right now. What do you mean? No, don't do that to me. I hope it shows the Atlantic Federation's Gundams first before the Archangel counterattacks. Oh, never mind. Oh, there's Durka. Oh, she's gonna go get that buster. They just left him. Oh, man. I know they're setting it up. It's just, oh, come on. They could have done better with this. That's awesome, that. That's it? Okay, I know it. I know what these guys are. These are these are naturals that are taking supplements to get like coordinators, like abilities like coordinators, which is what freaking Croissant is. I know it. Dang. There goes Kira deciding not to kill people, just disabling them. Hell yeah. Oh, mobile armors. They got some. Okay, I'm gonna make a quick comment on what just happened. I know that the show is not very good with military tactics or anything military related. Just so you know, you should never have a formation to where if you have to dodge that the ship behind you is going to get shot. They usually, I mean, it's a huge space, and usually you kind of make it some kind of formation so that doesn't happen, you know? I'm just saying. If they see a shot coming, the other ship should know there's a shot coming. It's whatever. It's just a small thing I wanted to make a note of. What is this funky beaut? Okay, so they suck. These new mobile armors are not, like, that great. Did I really just see a mobile suit use a scythe against a ship? Like, what? What is that made out of? I mean, it could be really cool, but it wasn't even like the powered laser thing. So, I'm sorry. That's whack. That is whack as heck. There's no way that is, I mean, maybe, but like, I highly, highly, highly doubt that is possible if that was just a metal scythe. The creator just wanted to be like, here's some different weapons for mobile armors. He's gonna get in it. Yeah, do it. Do it, Durka. Protect your woman. Oh, he likes her? Yeah, you can't get it out of her head, boy. Yes. I love this. I love the development. I don't know why I'm so for them being together. It just works so well. It's the only thing in the show that well, sorry, not the only thing, but right now it is my number one thing that I'm looking forward to in this show is them hooking up. Now I don't want Durka to die. Before I couldn't care less about Durka, but because of the ship between him and Millie, I'm all for Durka staying alive, and he better not die now. Oh, that's the Buster. Yes! 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 Hell yeah, dude. That's him. He's like, oh. Oh, dude, I'm so excited. Because he loves you. That's why. And I know you like him too, Millie. Come on. Eh. God, what boring lines for all these characters, dude. Oh, there's Athron. Oh my god, is Athron gonna... I know they team up. I've seen it. Like, they have to, right? Oh, dude, I'm so excited. I'm actually really excited. This episode's fucking badass. I do forget that Athron has to kind of like have this like daddy complex almost, and he's kind of struggling with that. I wish they would explore that more sometimes. Oh my god! Yes! Dude, that's right. The team up we've been waiting for. Alright everyone, that was a great reaction. I hope you enjoyed it.
If you did, make sure you hit the like button, smash subscribe, leave a comment down below. As you know, I always enjoy reading you guys' comments. And don't forget to check out the Patreon for completely uncut content on there. But anyways, thanks. Bye.